Welcome. This is the Savvy Producer. We're here with Lindsay. He's going to tell us about his business, what it's doing in 2023, how well it's kicked off for him, and what his plans are for the future, and what his experience has been working with myself and the team here at Savvy Producer. And we're super excited to have you, Adam, coming out of South Carolina. Lindsay, you are. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? What have you been doing the past couple of years?
Yeah, so I actually started my career in cell phone sales. So for almost 3 years, I was selling phones at Verizon. And I was one of the top salesmen there over the course of those 3 years, and just kind of got burnt out, and the management wasn't that great. So I was looking for something new, looking for a change. And somebody had reached out to me on LinkedIn actually about doing insurance. And so I took a leap of faith and went into the insurance industry back in April of 2021 and been doing it ever since.
Nice. So you're taking calls for customer service or helping selling cell phones with Verizon?
Yeah, I was doing inside sales. So it was mostly people coming through the door and being like, hey, I need to upgrade my phone. Or it was something's wrong with my phone, I can't get it to work, or my screen's cracked. And it was just a bunch of customer service, basically.
Yeah. Calming customers down, saying, hey, let's get you a new phone. Let's do it.
Or, hey, this isn't my fault. Please don't kill me. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Please don't kill me. I am just collecting a check here, and I'll point you in the right direction.
Exactly.
So, all right. So you got into insurance sales. You were doing ACA there for a little bit.
Yeah. So started out doing ACA health insurance. That's under 65. I did that for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. And then I made the transition into full-time doing life insurance, just general life, term, final expense.
Gotcha. So when you got into doing life insurance, was it like final expense or mortgage protection? What was your first entry point to that?
Sure. When I first started, so it was July of 2022. When I joined up on your team, we were mainly doing mortgage protection to start. So for those first 6 or 7 months, I was mainly just doing mortgage protection.
Gotcha. And you were starting off doing life insurance over the phone, correct? Right?
Yeah, I've always done virtual, never really done in person.
Gotcha. And you do it from home, don't you? You got your wonderful wife. Yeah, Jordan and your daughter.
I've got 2 daughters. So there's Jane and Violet.
Jane and Violet. And so how do you manage at home, with the family and having a home office? Like how does that work for you?
Well, it's been an adjustment for sure. It's kind of a juggling act to balance being able to work and also taking care of the kids. And, sometimes I'll hear them run by the door out there screaming and playing and whatnot, or they'll want me to come play hide and seek or whatever. But really it really comes down to blocking off my calendar every day. So if I don't have a set schedule, it's much easier to become too lax and be like, oh, I've got time, I can go do this and this. Maybe I start a load of laundry, do the dishes, whatever. So really just staying loyal to my calendar. That's what has kept me focused the most.
Is that going to be your advice right there for the age and trying to do it from home, right?
Yes.
Lock in on that calendar. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like that's what I do. I have that on my screen, I have other stuff on my screen, but that's primary, just kind of falling back to that calendar. So that way I know where I need to be placing myself in the day.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you're not, then you just get sidetracked and, then you start looking at social media, or you say, hey, I'm going to go take a nap or whatever it is. So just always try to fill up that calendar day after day, so you're always staying busy.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, about the Ultimate Agent. You were on the Ultimate Agent with Cody Askin, and what was that? That was last July.
So they announced it. It was like August, I think. Is when they picked the contestants to be on season 2 of the Ultimate Agent. If you don't know what that is, you can go on YouTube, search Cody Askin's Ultimate Agent, you'll find it there. But basically a reality TV show for insurance agents, competition to see who can sell the most insurance premium within a set amount of time. So it's kind of like on
Pretty
an
cool.
elimination basis.
Yeah, it looks like a real not sitcom, but reality show.
Yeah,
And
it's cool.
they did a really good job with it the first season.
So for season 2, I'll be one of the contestants on season 2. We actually start filming in less than 3 weeks. So March
Oh wow.
20th
Okay.
is
It's right
when
around
we
the
start
corner.
filming. So pretty
Nice.
excited for that. The selection process was really kind of fun. The first time that they did it, they had posted things on social media like, hey, if you want to be on The Ultimate Agent, do this and this and this, make a video, post it, yada, yada, yada. But for season 2, they didn't really have any clear guidelines of how people were going to be picked. But they did this like Ultimate Agent tour where they went around to these 5 different cities, and they had a little presentation, and then they picked people from the crowd. So my idea leading up to it, like the whole month leading up to it, was I got to get noticed, right? So
yeah, you sure did.
Sure
You did a good job doing that.
Yeah. So I made this
Yeah.
this meme campaign. So every single day I posted a different meme about myself being on The Ultimate Agent, and it got the attention that it needed, and I got picked. So I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Don't you have like a compilation of best of Adam's Ultimate Agent memes?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I need to upload that to YouTube.
I was
so
like,
people can watch it.
golly, he did a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
that was
like
cool.
one after another. Boom, 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 boom. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I think you have, is it on your Instagram or your Facebook?
Yeah, it should be on my Instagram and my TikTok, if you can find it there.
Your TikTok. Gotcha.
So it's just Ultimate Agent Adam. You can find it there.
Cool. Yeah, you got a lot ahead of you. I mean, we're coming out of winter, which you did great, and we'll cover what your numbers are, and going into busy season for life insurance, and you got Ultimate Agent you got to do and shoot for. You'll be doing some traveling for that. So yeah, you got a lot ahead of you. I mean, so your business, Safe and Secure, that is a brand that you came up with just last year.
Yeah, it was just in the month of December. So it's March 1st now. So yeah, December was kind of when I brainstormed the idea, and beginning of January is really when I put it into place and got the LLC and built the website and all that.
Seeing you put your logo up there, and you've been working a lot with trying to build that brand for a local audience there in South Carolina. And it's worked well for remote too. You do Facebook campaigns for creating some leads, and then you've been writing quite a bit off of that. I know you do the simple leads that we provide for mortgage protection. Mm-hmm. So is it just those two, right? The final expense.
Yep. So just working the mortgage protection leads that you've got in place, and then I run just a general life insurance ad on Facebook.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I talk to agents all the time. It's either final expense or general life through Facebook or other social platforms. And it seems to be coming back around with some Facebook leads, which is good. And then mortgage protection is our direct mail that we do, and people call in and go straight to the agent.
Yeah.
So
really well. I've got probably 300 or 400 leads that are still just sitting in my CRM that either were never contacted or that require
never contacted.
So still a lot of business to be wrote for sure.
Yeah. So you have someone helping you make phone calls now too, don't you?
I do. Yeah. So once I started building my branding, I did a local Google page so people can leave me reviews and whatnot. But I had a college student reach out to me, and she was like, hey, I'm looking to get into insurance, still in college though, working on my degree. I was wondering if you guys offer internships. I was like, I mean, sure, this is brand new to me, but yeah, we can do it. So I brought her on, pay her hourly, and she just makes calls for me. She sets my appointments. She helps me post things on social media. So it's been really great.
Yeah, I would say, how is that? It's probably nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes a load off for sure.
Yeah, it can be a lot doing the prospecting, the phone calls for the appointments, and the presentation, and the business building, and the branding. Mm-hmm. So that really does help. I have Angie make my phone calls for me and set up my calendar too. So once you get to that point and you get some traction like Adam did, because he didn't start off with an appointment setter, he got on the phone himself and learned that business so he could teach that appointment setter how to do that. Yeah.
And I
And
still
now,
call too. I mean, it's not
yeah,
as consistent as it was, but I still get on the phone and call people too. So
you got to stay sharp.
yeah,
Yeah, I do the same thing for the team. I'll jump on a training and make those outbound calls, and typically age leads, because
yeah.
there's a lot of untapped potential in leads that are 3-6 months old a lot of times.
I mean,
Uh,
I've been having her call some aged leads. There was like a list of 50 of them that I just pulled from my CRM and I handed them to her in a spreadsheet. She set an appointment for me on
yeah.
Friday and it closed 4,000 AP on this one policy. So
Wasn't it 2 of them that she set last week from age leads from September?
yeah, another one
Yeah.
was another $600. So
Yeah.
that's more than I paid her total.
Just sitting there,
working for me.
sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many more in there. So you got to have a good system for that, appointment setter to effectively go through the leads that you have in inventory.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's great, man. Great to hear that. And so what have you done since the beginning of January this year? Because right now it's March 1st. So you've had, a full 2 months. And it's usually slow, in the winter months for people. So,
I mean, starting off back in January, it was, I didn't want it to be slow. I wanted to just hit the ground running with the new year. So I kind of went hard in the paint, and just in the last 2 months. So it's March 1st now. So 2 full months, including any business that's currently in underwriting or pending issue right now. I've done about $20,000 in AP this year.
That's awesome. For January and February. I mean, in January, there's usually a little pop right after the holidays, but then it kind of like, and slow is relative to an agent. So it kind of like dips down a little bit, then shoots up in February, March. And yeah, that's great. So doing it over the phone, not having to be in the field, trucking through the snow and, driving 2-3 hours. I mean, I'm sure you find that definitely more effective and enjoyable. Nothing wrong with the field. Everyone each their own, but there is pluses and minuses of both. But yeah, that's great for the December months though.
Yeah. And when you think about, you spend 2 hours in a car driving to somebody's house, that's 2 hours that I can be on the phone setting 10 more appointments, that you don't have the time to do. So,
or having your appointment setter do it, right?
Exactly. So
you could be building your business on the side. Exactly.
That's right.
So yeah, the idea is to get in front of those presentations, in front of those people for the presentations as much as possible. Get in. It's a numbers game on both the phone calls, the presentations. You showing up each day and being consistent. I mean, I just seen that being one of the main keys is being present and putting the activity in.
And it's not something that just comes naturally either. You definitely have to work at it. I mean, when I was first starting out, it was really hard for me to just pick up the phone and call somebody. And I know a lot of people struggle with that, just the anxiety of, what are they going to say, But it really just comes down to building a strong mindset around it. And knowing that really the worst thing they can say is no. I mean, maybe they'll cuss you out, but whatever. Like, why does it matter? Just hang up and start dialing the next one. I mean, you're here to help people. Last night,
saying you're checking interest.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And last night, I literally had this happen to me. I called an appointment that my assistant had set for me. They said, "Hey, call my daughter. Here's her number." I picked up the phone. I called the daughter. She's like, "Hello." I was like, "Hey, is this so-and-so?" "Yes." "Hey, this is Adam. I'm getting back to you about such and such." And she hung up on me. I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I texted her. I was like, "Hey, your dad gave me your number to talk about this." And she called me right back and was like, "I'm so sorry. I thought you were a telemarketer." Yeah. So, I mean, it happens. And it's fine.
Well, yeah, that's what they're immediately thinking. They're like, you got just a couple seconds there to disarm them.
And you can't take it personally.
Not even that.
That's what I've learned. You can't take it personally. They don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's most people's instinct is to just hang up the phone. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to happen. You get through your nose, go for no.
Yep.
Right. So just you're literally just quick, as fast as you can, checking interests with as many people as possible, but doing a good job at it so you can be effective with your opportunities.
You can't get better if you don't practice. So.
That's right. So what are some things to come? So you have your brand there, safe and secure. What's your plans? What do you think is going to be next for you?
Sure.
Yeah.
So when I started with the idea of building a brand, I took a lot of inspiration from you, Jason. You've got your agency, Life Shield. So that was one of the things that I was really looking for when I joined up on your team, was the ability to build my own brand, to build my own team. Because I don't want to be selling forever, right? I want to teach other people how to do it and how they can build their own teams and whatnot. So when January happens with, New Year's resolutions and whatnot, I had put in some goals for myself that, okay, so I'm going to set up this brand. I'm going to have all this marketing material. I got some business cards made. I made a website, all this stuff. But I had really been putting off recruiting and bringing in new agents because I just felt like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know how to recruit people. I don't know what to say. And so I just told myself, I'm just going to do it. We're going to go head first into it and just see what happens. And so I posted an ad on LinkedIn and got a bunch of people to apply for a position. And right now I've got about 10 people that are going through the process of either contracting or licensing. And I've even had people reach out to me, like personal friends, be like, hey, I saw that you're doing your insurance thing. Like, how do I be a part of that? And it's been awesome.
Yeah. And what gives me confidence in offering people an opportunity is knowing that there's resources there that are practical and for them to be successful. Because unfortunately in our business, in our industry, a lot of people just think recruit as many as possible and the best will stick and everyone else, so long. So I do believe there's some qualifying of the folks, but you've got to have something to make money. They making it to meetings and things like that's cool. Going to conventions is great, good for motivation for that initial spark, but they not only have to have the discipline, but the resources to make it happen. Instead of just pointing people at vendors all the time, that's not going to cut it. Because
I've heard that so much from different people that I've talked to.
Oh my gosh.
They've talked to different IMOs or different agencies, and they're like, they just don't have the resources or the training that I need. And I basically get on a Zoom with them and I'm like, okay, here's what I offer. Here's the training that we have. This is what your day-to-day looks like. Yeah. What do you think? And 9 times out of 10, sounds awesome. Well, let's do it.
Yeah. And, usually you find an opportunity where the comp is compromised to have those resources. But yeah, I think, there's a good happy medium,
Absolutely.
and it's unfortunately, it's not available to everybody having resources unless you reach out to, whoever yourself. Right. And find out what there is. And so there's a lot of noise out there. So much, when you come into this business, you don't know who to trust, who to believe, where to put your time and money into that initial nest egg investment that you're coming into with. That's so precious and it has got to be done the right way.
Right.
Is what flunks a lot of people out of this business.
And that almost happened to me when I was doing the ACA stuff. When I left there, I was about $7,000 in debt to that company, just from buying leads and doing all this stuff. And I just wasn't aware of how the system worked. There wasn't that kind of training and process in place that I needed. And that's what really turned me on to working with you, Jason, was just that idea of always having that training and the mentorship. And just all the resources that are readily available and just right at my fingertips. Like I can get on my phone, put a message into our group chat channel, and within a matter of seconds, I'll have a response from either you or another agent or even the CFO of the company, right? Everybody's participating in the group chats, and we have tons of other resources available too. It's been great.
Well, how do people get a hold of you, Lindsay? Mr. Lindsay?
You can find me on social media. So Ultimate Agent Adam, it's all one word. You can find my business, Safe Secure Insurer. But you can also text me or call me. My phone number is 336-601-5111.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm excited for you, man. You got a lot of stuff ahead of you because you're going to win that second season contest, right?
That's right. I will be the ultimate agent.
It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
I get it. So that's awesome, man. I appreciate you joining today and talking with me.
Absolutely.
I look forward to our relationship as it continues to grow. And any last words for agents getting started in the business?
Yeah, I would just say if you don't have a mentor yet, find a mentor, somebody who is doing the level of production that you want to be at or is on the path to do that. Somebody who can give you the resources that you need. Don't try and go in this blind by yourself. Don't try and recreate the wheel. Everything is already in place. You just have to put the puzzle pieces together and it all fits. So find somebody who can help you navigate the insurance industry and you will be successful.
Awesome. Beautifully said. Perfect.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for joining us. We'll do some more videos in the future. This is Jason Richter and Adam Lindsay. Appreciate you watching.